everyone, it's Rocky. Today I'm making some Brussels sprouts. What I have is actually some red onions in my pan that I'm sauteing down a little bit. It's just red onions. Use whatever kind of onions you have on hand. That's just what I have. But these are kind of sauteing down a little bit, and I think they're ready for me to put my Brussels sprouts in. So I'm going to move them to the side and put my Brussels sprouts. And I have about 2 bags of Brussels sprouts that I cut off the ends. And then I split them. So they're actually like little halves. I just cut them in half. And I like to do that because it really makes them nice and tender. Or it's easier to get them nice and tender if they're split in half. Okay, so I have them there in my pan. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of some chicken broth to this. If you want to just use water, go ahead. If you want to use vegetable broth, I just want to add some liquid. Okay. Add some liquid. This is going to go on low. And then when I start seeing a little bit of a brown on the Brussels sprouts, what I'm going to do is cover them up and let them kind of steam for a little bit so they get nice and tender. Once that's all said and done, I'm going to go ahead, what I'm going to do is add some Dijon mustard, just for some flavoring, and then some balsamic vinegar to kind of cut the mustard a little bit. So this is going to take a little while. I think right in the meat right now I'm just going to add some salt and some pepper to this. So I'm going to add some kosher salt. And then some black pepper. I like a lot of black pepper. Alright, so I'm just going to let this cook a little bit longer, and I'll be back when I go on to my next step. Okay, I am back for a quick second. I just wanted to show you guys what's going on over here. I have my Brussels sprouts here in my pan. They've been cooking, I don't know, for about 10 minutes or so. And if you guys can see, they're starting to get like a little brown on them. And that's exactly where I want them. Because it's going to add a lot to the flavor. I don't like boiled Brussels sprouts. But when you saute them like this, where they get a little bit of caramelization on them, they're so good. Okay, the bottom of my pan is getting kind of dry, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more chicken stock. Actually, the rest of my chicken stock. This is just left over from another recipe I was doing. I'm going to turn this down fairly low and kind of scrape off the bottom a bit. And I'm going to cover this for a bit. I don't know. I'll time it. Maybe about 10 or 15 minutes, but I just wanted to get nice and tender. So I'm going to cover this, and I might actually lift it up a little bit just to see if it needs more liquid, and I'll just add some water. So that's where we are at this point, and I'll be back. Okay, I am back with my Brussels sprouts. They're probably cooking covered for about 10 minutes, and I did put a little bit more liquid in them, just because the bottom was getting pretty dry, and these are nice and tender now. Let me try to show you guys. See the brownness on them? These are going to be good. Okay. So I'm going to squirt just a little bit of Dijon mustard right into the pan. That was probably maybe just over a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Mix this in a bit. I'm going to add just a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Just a couple of splashes. You don't want to add too much. You don't want it to get sour. Okay. And then just stir it around a little bit just to kind of, heat up the mustard and the vinegar and kind of get it incorporated into your Brussels sprouts. I think this is done. I'm just going to put a little bit into my bowl right here so I can taste. Okay, just look at how tender that is. Can you see that, how it's just kind of falling apart, the Brussels sprout? So I got some onion in here, a little bit of Brussels sprout. This is really good. You don't want to put too much mustard in there or balsamic vinegar. Just a little bit. You don't want it to be like a big, you don't want it to taste like a potato salad, and you don't want it to taste pickled. But just a little bit to add just a different kind of flavor to it. So this would be a really good dish to serve with your Thanksgiving dinner or holiday dinner. But you know, pretty simple, just a couple of ingredients, and it just took maybe like all of 15-20 minutes maybe. So if you have any questions at all about any of the ingredients that I use, just go ahead and shoot them below. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and enjoy. Bye!